Our biggest failure as humans, as human beings on this so-called planet, is our inability to protect children.
Who were part of the MK Ultra program started by Operation Paperclip. It's about how the priesthood, sacred societies, Freemasonry, and a satanic pedophilic agenda is widely used to control governments, religions, and local police to do their bidding. And others were sacrificed in the rituals. And she said for some reason a lot of the boys were sacrificed in rituals.
Let me repeat that. As souls, as spiritual beings, our biggest failure is our inability to protect the babies. Forget your career goals, forget your aspirations, what you wanted to do when you grow up, what you wanted to be. If you wanted to be a big time star, so-called star in Hollywood.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
A musician, an athlete, forget all of that. An architect, a doctor, a big shot lawyer. None of that shit matters, right? The only thing that matters on this plane of existence is for you to be a guardian, literally, in the true sense of the word, a guardian. That's why the term parent, mother, father are synonymous with the word guardian, right? If you don't have a mother or a father, who is your guardian, your so-called legal guardian, right? So the word guardian, to guard, that's what that means. You are a guardian. A guardian means that you are a watcher, a keeper, a savior, a protector, a defender. That's what the word guardian means. So I am completely at awe and totally disheartened about the state of this society when it comes to dealing with children. We have failed children. We have completely failed children time and time again. Look at the track record from the church, from the so-called Catholic Church, your local neighborhood friendly church.
Because every child that is abused by a government is one child too many. Every child that is abused by a trusted parent is one child too many. And every child that is abused by an authority figure in a church is one child too many. The good news is that this all ends when people start telling their story.
Been abused, molested, and sexually assaulted by church people. People who are supposed to be our guardians in the community. Adults and children alike. Completely have taken advantage of babies, right? Furthermore, look at violence. It broke my heart. Yet another 8-year-old got shot in Chicago again. How many babies are going to have to perish in this society we live in before just normal common sense people rise up and say, what the fuck is all this? Why are children dying? Why are children being abused? Why are children being taken advantage of? I was reading somebody's post this weekend, and this person was saying, oh, you know, white people are the most pedophiles in the world, in the US. And the person was comparing white society, the so-called dominant society, as opposed to, I guess, minorities, black people or Asians or Latinos. The person made it a point to say, well, there are more pedophiles, there are more Caucasian pedophiles. And I wrote back and I said to this person, kindly, I didn't want to start no shit. I said, well, you know, when I was small, about 7, 8, 9 years old, my molesters were both black. when you are making the point that there are more white pedophiles than there are black pedophiles. What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? Even if there were 10 million white pedophiles compared to one black pedophile, that's still a motherfucking pedophile. That was my point to the person. And the person wrote me back. They weren't being rude or anything, but they were like, well, if you look at the track record, there are more Caucasian sex offenders. I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. I'm not arguing that. But what is the point? What is the point? That is supposed to make me feel better? That is supposed to make me feel more comfortable that there are more white people who abuse and sexually assault children than there are black people who do that? Doesn't make any sense. And stupid motherfuckers go on the post, yeah, bravo, bravo, yup. It's the same fucking argument about R. Kelly. I knew about R. Kelly years ago when I was in the industry. I knew about R. Kelly since the early 2000s, right? From Aaliyah to other shit that was going on in the industry, shit that nobody wanted to talk about, right? I've actually lobbied the United Nations to pass legislation, right? Just kept banging on the US because the US and Somalia are the only two countries on the planet that do not have a convention on the rights of children. Can you believe that? Somalia and the United States, these so-called United States, where you have human rights, women's rights, gay rights, rights for this, rights for that, civil rights, and yet there is nothing in the books, right? There is, look this up yourselves. There is absolutely not one law in the books when it comes to children's rights in the United States. And that's appalling to me. That's unacceptable. So that goes to show you why the pedophilia has run so rampant. Why Hollywood has gone so fucking rogue with children's abuses. And they have the records. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. The past few weeks alone, what was it, in Cleveland, 39 children rescued. Somewhere else, a few days ago, another 20-something children rescued. They know where the children are. You mean to tell me they got satellites all the way up in their so-called space stations? They can fucking watch me down here in this park from space. Watch what the fuck I'm doing. Zoom in on my motherfucking car. Take my license plates, see what the fuck street corner I'm on, the fuck I'm doing, but yet you can't see that child that was just snatched right here down the block. So they know. Your government officials are complicit. They are the main ones. Your politicians, your senators, your fucking commissioners, your mayors, your governors. Pedophiles, all pedophiles, trust me. So, going back to R. Kelly, motherfuckers were justifying, oh well, why they're going after R. Kelly? What about Harvey Weinstein? Like, what kind of fucking argument is that? You motherfuckers have failed. You not only have failed the babies, but you have failed your goddamn self. You knew you had no intentions of being a fucking father when you nutted in that woman. You know you had no fucking intentions of being with that woman when you didn't use a condom and put yourself at risk of diseases, not only physical fucking diseases, but spiritual diseases as well. You knew you was gonna receive her demons. You knew you had no intentions of being with that woman. You know she had issues like you did. So my question is, why help bring a life here? Why help bring a spirit here that you're going to abandon? That's my question. How dare you to bring a life here and completely turn your back on that life? So we got issues, man. We got to get it together. You know what I mean? So the human spirit is a fighting spirit. The human spirit, the reason why human beings are so special is because our ability, our very ability to resist, right? It's our ability to be powerful, to sustain trauma, to sustain pain, to sustain hurt, and still overcome and still be able to have this thing we call love, that L word, love. But that love has to come out and shine, and shine outward for the oppressed, for the ones that are being molested, who are being killed, who are being neglected, who are being abused. Why should we condone any of that? So we've failed. We've failed as a culture, we failed as a people, and we failed as a motherfucking species. I watched this video of this polar bear. The little bear was falling off the fucking ice thing, and then the mother was just right there, would not leave until the little polar bear climbed back up to the top of the ice. And that's an animal, and we look down on animals, and yet we cannot protect our own. We failed. We got to get it together. We have to protect children. I don't care if it's a white baby, a black baby, or whatever fucking baby. We have to protect children.